got stuck with presentations.
Okay.
It's just been every time I've given a few presentations, I just don't think I can do it.
Have you come across the 3 Ps?
No.
Right, okay. Well, one thing you can do is think in terms of the 3 Ps. If you think in terms of, first of all, you prepare,
Right.
and then you plan,
Right.
and then you practice. Preparation.
Prep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So know what it is you want to talk about.
Right.
So that's the first thing. What you've got to be very clear about what it is that you're trying to get across. Think about what you're trying to do. Think about what that content is. What are the key points you want to get across?
Okay.
So this is all in preparation. Second one's planning. So once you've decided what you want to get across and what the content is, you want to structure it, a beginning, middle and end.
Okay.
Okay, so you want to introduce, give signposting to where you what you're going to say in your presentation, and the core of it in the middle, and then a summary at the end. The third one was practice.
Practice.
So one of the ways that you get confidence is just to keep trying and trying and trying. So, you know, if you tried standing in front of the mirror and doing your presentation, or doing it to a friend. One of the things I've found, which you may or may not be helpful to you, is when I do a presentation, I tend to focus on somebody in the audience, so you can, rather than getting overwhelmed by the range of people that are there and what they're all thinking, is to find a friendly face and talk to them, so that you're almost having a conversation. Would that be something that might...
I'll try that, yeah.
It can be quite disorientating, can't it? Particularly if you've got an audience that's quite mixed in their response, and you've got some people who are kind of nodding off, and other people who are looking like they're looking at it, not really paying attention.
The last bit was just...
it can be really useful. I mean, I remember doing a presentation once. I was really nervous to a group of quite senior people, and there was one person who sat and smiled at me all the way through it, and I just focused on that person, and then I could really... I really found that was helped me to concentrate.
That way, if I'm kind of more focused in my delivery, then people are going to... actually, that might take away some of the kind of fears that I've got.
Try and physically relax yourself before a presentation. Deep breaths is often a good thing. Slow breathing. Because what we tend to do when we talk a lot, when we're doing a presentation, we start talking quickly if we're nervous about something, and then that kind of winds you up a bit as well. So even just consciously thinking about the way that you're talking might just help to calm those nerves. Though it'll feel really slow to you, I know when I first started trying to do that, it felt like I was really slow, but actually to the people listening, it doesn't.
I'm presenting to a lot of audiences, but I'm just finding that I'm falling flat on my face when I get to it.
Okay, well tell me more about that. What is it that you feel is going wrong?
Well, when it comes to a presentation, I'm finding that it feels like I can't do it because I'm losing my voice, I'm losing train of thought, and I'm getting really worried about what people are thinking in the audience, and that's kind of taking over. And actually, I think that people think that I can't do it too, and actually that's what I think. I do start feeling focused, and I do start I actually do start fairly clear as well. It's just a few minutes in.
Okay. So there's a point where something changes in that presentation.
Yeah.
Can you identify what's happening?
I start to look at the audience. Maybe it's a bit of stage fright, I don't know, but I kind of look at them and I think, oh gosh, there's all these people here listening to me. And that's probably the point where once I've had that thought, I can feel the things like my voice going, train of thought starts to disappear.
So what are you assuming about the audience that makes you feel like that?
The assumption I'm making is actually they're criticising my presentation skills. That's it.
So if you knew that they weren't criticising your presentation skills, what difference would that make to you? How would you feel? What would you do then?
Well, immediately that makes me, my mind opens up and I feel, because I start to feel like I was in it then. and now you've turned that around, I feel, well, it would be fine. If they didn't think that, then I probably wouldn't have that problem.
So what would you be able to do then?
Well, it goes from feeling like 3 minutes into a presentation there being a kind of a haze of panic to it opens up a real kind of journey where I can see my presentation through to the finish and actually convey the messages that I want to share.
So can you take that forward then as something that you can actually do when you get to that position?
I think so. One colleague, he's offered to give me feedback, which I was a bit embarrassed about, so I haven't said yes, but maybe I should take him up on that, because that might be a better way of finding out what people are thinking, and it actually does make me feel a bit better even thinking about it now. If I've got someone that I know is going to give me some constructive feedback about it, because I've not had feedback before my presentation.